Hi guys, it's me Ty here. Today I'm going to talk about an issue that we had with our Case 1070 tractor. This is one of the white ones, not the tan model. What happened is my brother, he ended up losing all hydraulic functions on it. The tractor ran and drove just fine, but he lost all hydraulics out the back. He lost power steering and he lost his power shifts, but he still had the actual manual range in it. And what usually happens when you lose hydraulic function on a tractor, from most people's experience, I've looked this up on YouTube, is coming back from your PTO shaft. You have a shaft that runs straight through your tractor and it runs into your flywheel. And what usually happens is those splines in the flywheel, they get stripped out, and then you lose your shaft going back to your hydraulic pump, and the tractor will run just fine, but you end up having to split the tractor and buy a brand new clutch for it. And it sucks with a lot of guys, and they're like, yeah, this happened, and we just replaced our clutch, whatever, 20 hours, 50 hours ago, and you got to resplit the tractor and buy a brand new clutch for it all over again. But with my brother's Case 1070 tractor, it was a totally different case. What he ended up doing is he did not split the tractor. He went into the back, he pulled off the whole back cover of the PTO there, and he grabbed onto the shaft that runs all the way through the tractor into the flywheel, and he couldn't turn it. He would have been trying to turn over the entire engine. So he's like, well, that's a good deal. That end of it works. So right back by the PTO, he said that there's a little shear pin by the PTO clutches, and it's tiny. He paid, what happened is that sheared off, and he paid like $3.90 for that little shear pin, or that little pin, and all it looks like is like a needle in a roller bearing is what it is. And he went to Case IH and he paid whatever $3.90 for that, put that back in there, and that fixed it. And while he was back there anyways, he went ahead and he rebuilt the whole PTO clutch assembly back there. And because you don't really know that they're bad, because we had an issue with our an International 3588 2+2 4-wheel drive tractor. What was happening is my grandpa was pulling our 30-foot Case IH 8600 air seeder behind it, and with those, your hydraulic pump for the air seeder for the fan to blow out all the seed out of it, that mounts right on your PTO, and it runs off your PTO just like a hydro swing does. And my grandpa couldn't get his full fan speed up. He thought it was like a computer related issue or whatever, and he called up Case IH, so they sent out the field mechanic, and they were looking at it and they're like, it doesn't look like your PTO is going 2,000 RPM. And I was standing there, I was still in high school, and I was like, how the heck can you tell if that PTO is going 2,000 RPM or 1,000 RPM? It's a little shaft and it's spinning like crazy. So we backed that 2+2 tractor up onto the scoria pile, so it was at a sharp angle, so all the hydraulic fluid wouldn't run out of it, and he undid all the bolts out of there, and he pulled off that entire back cover there, and had the big PTO shaft with all the clutches, and he took that back into town, into the shop, and he replaced all the clutches on it, and came back out to the farm and slid it back in, put the cover back on, and spun like crazy, and we got our 2,000 RPM out of that air seeder there. So and then during the time, however many days it took him to rebuild it, he'd gone ahead and he'd taken some cardboard and he just stuck the normal bolts through it to hold it onto there, and then he also duct taped a big garbage bag around it so no water or rain would get into the transmission. So I hope this helps you guys if you guys lost all hydraulics on your Case 1070 tractor to keep you on the road. If you guys like this content, like, share, and subscribe. All right, later.